Everybody, it's Invicta. It's time to run here, the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance Plus series. Happy Saturday, Mosh Pit. We are counting down the days till Christmas here. Hope you all had a fantastic start to your holidays as well. Here's your meme of the day, brought to you by Prestigious Turn 268 on this Invicta subreddit. A couple days ago, title of thread was Invicta bouncing from one blue fire to another on the Cathedral in episode 376. It was only for like 10 seconds, but it made me think of this. Yes. It also kind of reminded me of, you know, that Simpsons episode where they go to the mountain or Mr. Burns' employee retreat and Homer starts driving the car and just bounces off of every single car in the parking lot and then just stops in the middle of it. Yeah, that's how I was kind of reminded whenever I saw this graphic. So thank you very much, Prestigious Turn 268, and everyone who upvoted that gem on the Invicta subreddit. We've got a lot of new memes coming for you on the subreddit, also in Discord as well. CJ is going to be Alpha Delta 9 Bravo Hotel Bravo Romeo Whiskey. We got good tiers, Husky's haircut, good damage, good shot speed. Yeah, I mean, and we also have Mom's. You know, Mom's bracelet is it's a fun item, but also kind of a dangerous item. Speaking of dangerous item, it's fun in the sense that you get to deal some pretty good damage here with your attacks. Dangerous in the fact that you got to be careful about throwing mushrooms, especially bomb rocks, because you just never know where those are going to go. But another nice thing about Mom's bracelet is that it does allow you to kind of break anything that you want without having to need a bomb. So early on, like in a situation we are right now where we have no bombs, we can infinitely just start just chucking stuff. There's the Crooked Penny, but I don't think we're that level of need right now. We've got a great tiers start, have a great damage start, and I do like Mom's bracelet. I think that it does have some very nice features about it. You can use it again just to cause a massive amount of damage. One of my favorite tricks, I've talked about this every single time basically since I've picked up Mom's bracelet, is that one of my favorite tricks is to take a bomb rock and then throw it at a boss. Especially early on, it can actually lead to just one-shotting the boss, and it's glorious when it happens. Now, one word of caution, what I will say is that don't pick up and throw pots unless if you're already done with the room. Otherwise, you're going to inadvertently extend the room, spawn spiders, or you know who knows what else. And it's good practice just to not do it. Hopefully, oh my gosh, we got first floor Guppy's Eye. Man, oh man, December keeps on giving. What I was going to say is that if there was a bomb rock here, what's nice about them is that you can actually take them through rooms. So you don't have to worry about them dropping automatically or anything like that whenever you zone in from one room to another. You can just pick them up, launch them, and then you can pick them up and then take them to whatever room you want to launch them in. And in this case, I usually like to go for the boss room if I find a bomb rock, but in this case, in this turn, we did not find anything. You can use them against you can use them to go into the secret rooms as well. But for the most part, like we had a bomb rock here, yeah, Baby Plum would have already been cooked here. Look at the big chunk. I mean, this is just huge damage here that we've got for Baby Plum. Chunk damage supreme. It sounds like a pretty good it sounds like a pretty good Taco Bell sandwich. And then I remember, oh wait, I don't eat Taco Bell, and I'll never probably touch it. We go on to last week's question of the episode here. This was obviously the last day of Missing No Week that we had last week. This one was brought to you by, excuse me a moment, Mauricio Fretes, who says, 7994, he says, question of the episode, why don't you use the improved boss bars mod? I guess it could help you manage multiple boss fights. I don't generally like playing with mods. Playing with the external information mod was basically all that. The only reason why I'm playing with that is due to Mosh Pit requests, and I think it has improved the videos quite dramatically. Even if I don't like playing with them, it's still useful for newer players to sit back and try to figure out what items do whenever I can't or don't fully explain in detail what every single item does on an episode of Isaac. Get the dice shard, which is going to be good for our devil deal. But yeah, I just don't like playing mods. It doesn't matter if it's a cosmetic mod, doesn't matter if it's a music mod or anything like that. I enjoy games for how they were designed and how they were released. That Invisifly is what was causing that there. I guess that was a champion that we got hit by because we just lost a whole soul heart of damage. It's easy for me to say. Been doing tongue twisters on stream, and it's kind of carried over right now. So there's a bomb rock, obviously. But yeah, I'm never against mods. I just don't like playing with them. I have a lot of respect for the mod making community. They are very, very talented, gifted programmers and artists, and they definitely should be supported. It's just not what I like to do in my games. You know, I'm not talking about add-ons either. I'm talking about like actual mods, like stuff like boss bar mods, or you know, just this makes things just that we're not in the base game. Now the only exception, and I thought about doing this for this like streak goal, and it still might happen because right now it's been a pretty lukewarm reception to Sacred Heart Week. But what I'm thinking about doing is if for some reason that fails, I will try out the mod for the mod that undoes all repentance changes. I forget the name of it off the top of my head. It basically reverts a lot of nerfs that were done inexplicably from repentance, and basically playing the game as if it were Afterbirth Plus. And I think that would be fun. It definitely wouldn't be a whole theme week. It would be a one-off video for sure. But that would be like a more, I guess, a more reasonable take on maybe not a theme week. I know that some people are kind of just wanting to get back to Eden, and that's fine too. I mean, we've been doing Eden for like 2 weeks now since the end of the like streak goal of last week. But you know, it's always meant to be fun, and that goes into the greater discussion of the like streaks. It's the like streak is there to incentivize people to want to support the channel, but also get a little bit of a reward in return. You know, it's nothing fancy. It's got no intrinsic value behind it. It's just if you like my channel and you want to support it, hey, this is my way, a little fun way of saying thank you. You know, they don't always have to be just ball-bustingly hard challenges and really, really tough theme weeks and that sort of thing. I want them to be fun too, and something that everyone looks forward to. So we did get the bomb rock here. You saw me kind of traverse through the level, and we hit both of them. Wow, that did not do any damage at all. But you're seeing just the huge amount of damage that these rocks do, and that's what I was talking about. Mom's Bracelet can be very, very nice. And a movement speed upgrade here from Gemini, and that's our second guppy item. I mean, we got to take it. And I'm going to use the dice shard in here, and yeah, we'll go take a bomb. Go back into the shop. But yeah, on the subject of mods, I think that they can be fun in small quantities for me. In moderation, I think that, no pun intended, I think that mods can be okay. I was doing some of the more wacky mods of the week for Wacky Wednesday, and those might return as well, because that was fun to have a day out of the week to do that. But I will admit to a certain level of being a pain every single time I had to try to find a new mod every week. Another question in the episode from last week's episode came in from Ribs McGee, who said, question of the episode, what do you think of an idea of victory laps in greed mode? You go through your first run like normal, kill Ultra Greed, get offered a victory lap. After you go through the floors again, getting more items, you fight Ultra Greedier. Then you can choose to do a second victory lap for an Ultra Greediest Mega Boss. It'd be cool. It'd be neat to be able to extend a greed run, because obviously greed fights are a lot of fun. They're a nice little change of pace for the game. I don't want it to be infinite, though. I think that it'd be neat to have an ultimate greed item of some kind to be locked away in a third iteration of Ultra Greed. That'd be cool. Something like a Mega Blast, but a Mega Blast that would just give you 100 coins and use it as kind of like a coin minigun or something like that. I think that'd be neat. There was was it Risk of Rain 2 that had a golden cannon or something like that, where maybe I'm thinking of the Bazaar, where there was a weapon that was designed that fired in rapid succession all of the money in your inventory, to the point of you don't have anything, but it does a ridiculous amount of damage. I don't know if that was the Bazaar or not. A little bit of a tricky dodge there. Oh, wow. Okay. Game wanted to take away all my rocks. I was having too much fun. Sorry, game. That is the silver dollar, but it's not going to matter for us for a long time, so I'm not going to worry about taking it. Now, as you saw in that room with the host there, we did get a bad gas mushroom, so you got to be real careful of those. Checking for magic mush. There's no reason not to. And we have to fall back on our damage here with our tears rate and our movement speed. We've got, again, a solid start. December is still just delivering nonstop. I'm going to wait until we get to the next floor, or maybe even depths 2 before I pop this world card. Yeah, there is a bomb rock here. I know where the secret room is, and I was trying not to waste a bomb rock, or a bomb. But since there's a bomb rock here, then I'll go back and take it. Okay, I'm done with you. It is nice being able to toss the rocks because, again, it is such a large amount of damage that you do out of nowhere. It's almost like, if you squint hard enough, it's almost like having rocket in a jar. And that damage is very, very good. Oh, maybe the secret room isn't where I thought it was. It is, okay. I'm gonna grab me a stone here. You're wondering how we're seeing through the chest contents. It's because of Guppy's eye. So that will basically, it's a nice little synergy between Guppy's eye and Guppy's tail, because I don't need to worry about having to guess whether or not this chest is worth our keys or not, as keys are going to be a very, very hot commodity here, because they're going to be dropping far, far, far less frequently thanks to Guppy's tail. Like, this one's definitely worth it because we get our keys back and we get a whole bunch more as well. Now, Guppy's eye will also betray the location of Magic Mush and Mini Mush, so as long as we don't see one, that means that we're good to go to throw it. But we still have to be careful. By it, I mean the mushroom. But we still have to be somewhat careful of the bad gas mushrooms. That was almost on time there, game. You had a perfect golden opportunity to make me look dumb. Okay, I don't know about that one. That was a very generous radius on that one there, game, I feel. All right, let's stop trying to be cute here with Mom's bracelet, because we are losing a lot of HP here. In a run where we really shouldn't lose any HP. We've still not found the store yet. It would be funny if I could pick these guys up and throw them like in, was that Mario Brothers 2 or whatever? I never played it. Mario 2 is one of those classic games that it never really appealed to me to emulate it or anything like that. Fully upgraded shot, by the way. Would have loved to have gotten a soul heart in there or anything of worth, but you know, I mean, Battery Babies is fine. It's just not what it doesn't. Battery Baby just does not help us here in our time of need. Like, it's great to have Charge Baby if we end up getting something like a soul heart generator, but the thing is that we don't have that right now. No, the super secret room is here. Oh, we have nothing else to use our money on, so we might as well do this. 17 cents. Surely we'll get one soul heart, right? That's way, way, way better than any soul heart. All right. Well, we paid a grand total of 9 cents for one of the best spacebar items in the entire game, the Crystal Baldo. As that is going to give us full mapping, along with getting a chance to give ourselves a soul heart, and we say goodbye to Mom's bracelet. I don't think I'm not going to really miss. Whoa, little phantom shot there. Animation was out of sync with the actual shot, thanks to Spider Bite. Charge Baby, I thought you were going to freeze Pestilence right there. Open up the avenue a little bit there. Again, another slowed animation from Spider Bite. Gotta be careful of that. We get an orbital. All right, so we want to... I'm just going to use the moon card right away because it's going to be a bit... Excuse me a moment. This is extremely dangerous here with Super Lust. Anyway, yeah, I did use the world card just because I thought it was going to take us a while for us to get a full charge on the crystal ball, but now, obviously, with the mini charge, thanks to Charge Baby, we didn't have to wait that long. This is one of my least favorite rooms in the entire game. Okay, we get another tarot card. So I promise you, this the crystal ball does actually give you soul hearts. I promise. I know it's 0 for 2 so far, but it does. I believe in December. Clap, clap. It's been delivering for us. Yeah, we don't need that. And again, you see the awesome potential of Guppy's eye here, giving us the lowdown on which chest to pick up and which ones we shouldn't. And this is just that is a repentance item room right there, I tell you what. Wow, okay. That looked... I thought that shot was going to clear me by a lot, but apparently not. So we are down to almost 1 heart, and there's silver dollar again. Might as well take it, but because we have nothing else. There's the coupon, which again, we might as well use it here and maybe in our devil deal if we end up getting one. 73% you would think that we would get one. But yet. Oh, we have a golden key now, so we can go back and open up all those golden chests. Although we did skip quite a few rooms, so I may not backtrack unless we go down to 1 HP. Blue map is totally useless because we don't need it. We do not need it with the crystal ball. Now, listen here, brain. I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you this one time. Do not forget about the crystal ball. I'll say it again. Do not forget about the crystal ball, okay? I know that you have a spacebar item that you usually take and we have access to on a normal, regular basis, but we don't always have access to the crystal ball. So don't start monologuing and start getting distracted like I know you do, okay? We need the crystal ball. Also, 2 tiers upgrades here. One, including one with Squeezy, is huge. I mean, both of these are big tiers upgrades. And there's a black soul heart too, I tell you what. Let's go ahead and move this barrel somewhat close to Squeezy, then we'll move the other chest there. After, of course, shooting the demon fire that's going to inevitably take a shot at us. Could we just use a bomb here? Yeah, we could, but we kind of have a little bit of a bomb issue. And that's a huge super secret room, and that is why you always try to check and understand where and how secret rooms can spawn. You just never know when you get something like that. That can be totally run defining and saving. Not that we were in any dire trouble here. We took some instances of bad damage and debatably cheap damage. But all the same, you still want to know where your secret rooms are on any given Isaac run. It's only going to make you better. Drop him a little present right there. Jesus Juice, we did get a double deal, or did we? As soon as I said that, I knew that we're going to see Krampus. Fill up a coal and we'll head on down. Ha ha ha, just kidding. You thought I was going to do it. You thought after that big old rant, the dumb old Sinvicta was going to pass up on the crystal ball, didn't you? No faith at all. No faith whatsoever. I think I will go back and backtrack for those chests just because we have Lump of Coal now. And that's going to be a huge amount of additional damage on top of our tears rate. So it's really no skin off our back to clear one more room. And this also gives us a full charge to start the next floor with the crystal ball. This room's surprisingly dangerous. If you're not careful, you can get taken surprised by just one of these spitters. A little bit of money there, get a little bit of Bumba. Take the Rotten Heart just because it doesn't really matter right now. We're most likely going to get rid of it on the start of the next Devil Deal. But Jesus Juice, Lump of Coal, it's going to be a great drop for us. Let's just get rid of the Rotten Heart. We don't need it. Yeah, I'll bomb the slot machine. Bomb you. Speaking of slot machine, there's a game that we tried that I never did a follow-up on, and I was kind of mid on it at first, but now I kind of want to give it another go, and that was Clover Pit. I tried to give that game a fair shake on the first impressions video, and I did. I mean, I did a faithful follow-up to it on stream, I believe. But after seeing Danny and Aaron play it, I kind of want to give it another go. We do not need to go over there. No, I'm not going to go in the curse room. We already know what that fate's going to be. There's just lots of games that I want to play on the stream. There's lots of games I want to play on YouTube. And finding the ones that are going to fit and make the most sense for the channel, that's the tough one. It's not really a sweet science either, right? Like I've always been I'm just going to play a game and I don't care if what the numbers say. And that's certainly one way to do it, but at a certain point you do also have to kind of understand like how algorithms work. And back in the day, it definitely was like that. I could just easily do like GeoGuessr, me just playing GeoGuessr and talking to virtually no one and still having a good time. But nowadays, because this is obviously what I do full time, I need to make sure that I'm doing what's financially responsible, but also things that people want to see, not just a couple people, right? And the best metric for that is, of course, the likes in the comments. They just doo-doo item room. Little portal was one of those items that I thought was going to be kind of revolutionary. It still is okay, but I don't know. I'm real mid on little portal. I've had some other than that bug that we found a couple of months ago. Actually, it was more like last year, where a little portal was actually crashing the game when it appeared on a spot of the floor that already had a portal at one point. And that was obviously promptly fixed because that was a very, very dangerous bug to run into. Yeah, I just, little portal, the implications of being good are there. But you talk about a tedious item to set up. Blessed for an angel deal here, which is not my intention, but go back and get that full charge just so we're okay on the next mapping. You just knew that was going to happen. That room is designed for one thing and one thing only, and that is taking your keys. Before you think that's like one of the dumbest things you could ever see an Isaac player do, try playing. Try playing Isaac and then tell me how many keys you lose in that room. You'd be surprised how stupidly simple it is for this game to kind of screw you. Phase 3, got to listen for the deep breath. deep breath means that it's going to be a single beam. Big deep breath, and right in the middle of them, we'll get the box. Let's go tap a couple more times. We might as well, right? On the confessional booth. Okay, well, the thought that counts. Yeah, we had a real chance at making boss rush too, especially with mapping. It's surprising. So this could be good if we end up getting rid of our red heart, because obviously there's going to be a bedroom in here. And it's a dirty bedroom, so there's no reason for us to bomb the carpet. If we can get rid of this red heart, right now if I were to sleep in the bed, it would give us 1 full red heart and not give us the 3 soul hearts. The 3 soul hearts is the main prize, and we've got a very linear map, which means we are definitely going to be doing a full clear here. If I come back to the bedroom, which I probably will if we get a devil deal. If we get a devil deal. If we don't, then there's no point. I wouldn't mind having a 5 room here. For some reason, you see a lot of 5 rooms in on Depths 2. 4 room would also be okay. Global D6, I'll take that. Just anything but a reroll. Those stats are just too good to re-roll right now. The soul heart back from the curse room, and it is a 4 room. Okay. Again, this is going to give us a global D6. It's only going to affect the item pedestals on the floor, nothing else. Not going to affect shops. Not going to affect the devil deals. Another room that I really, really dislike. This room with bad tiers is and no flight is a terrible, terrible experience. Luckily, we've got the tiers. We're not on the flight, but we got the tiers. I'm not doing it, game. You can offer me the modeling clay in a chest that's not going to take one of my precious keys. I will not do what you want me to. Not gonna happen. You want me to take the modeling clay, then give it to me in a steel chest. Mom's purse, which is great. There you go. See? How hard was that? Mom's purse is gonna let us hold 2 trinkets, which is nice. And the blanket obviously gonna give us the holy mantle for any boss rooms that we're in. Also gives us a soul heart upon acquisition from the shop. Nice little bonus there. And take Bomber Boy. Bomber Boy is actually pretty useful for dispatching bosses, but also, of course, getting into some doors, like wooden doors, whenever we need a double bomb. It counts as basically 2 bombs in 1 because it is so powerful. Explosion radius is tweaked up out the wazoo. And get a whole lot more money here. It's probably not going to result in anything, but you never know. Just like Sacred Heart's run yesterday, you know, there's not a whole lot that we've got going on for this run other than just a solid start. And I'm still holding out hope that maybe the Curse of the Twos will take a break. Give me Guppy here, game, and I will go for an Omega run. If you give me Guppy on this floor, I'll do my absolute best to go for an Omega run. Deal? How's that for a bet? If not, then I can go wherever I want. How about that? Let's see if Zombolus is really listening. 0% chance we get Guppy. In fact, I'd be surprised even when we get the Devil Deal. If we do, it certainly won't have a Guppy item in it. But if it does... Hey, look, a deal's a deal. The sun card, yes. Let's go back. We don't really need the sun card because, again, we have the glowing hourglass. Or the, not glowing hourglass, but the crystal ball. We did get rid of our red heart HP, which means that we can get our 3 free soul hearts from the bed. And we don't even have to go down. We don't even have to go back to the boss room. We can just go through here. But before that... Actually, no, we do, because I didn't pick up the negative for the Polaroid. Vaults showing why they are vaults. There was no item pedestal for us to roll, so yeah, this 4 room doesn't really matter. It just doesn't. I mean, if we can get into the boss trap room, then maybe, but I think we're just gonna put some money back and head on down. Fortunately, we dropped the silver dollar, so that's no longer an avenue, and that's fine. Might as well just clear our last room here. Never know. The super secret room actually is here. Twisted Pair is going to help us clear out the riffraff. Here's our super secret room, and it's got super secret nothing. Enjoy. So not enough money, unfortunately, to... I mean, we could have played we could have tapped the temperance machine, but the only way that we would have been able to utilize the 4 room was if and only if we played that judgment, which would have required us to lose soul hearts, and I'm just not going to do that. We'll take the negative. I don't know about a victory lap, though, but I would like some damage, so that's the reason why I'm taking it here. Am I imagining something? Did we lose soul hearts whenever I touched that heart? Or was it just perfectly lined up on our HP bar, and then I moved it and made it look like we lost HP? I might be going crazy here. I am recording this Friday morning at 4:18 a.m. So I have officially finished my 9 weeks of PT. And actually today, later on, I have to go get a reevaluation with the orthopedic doctor. See whether or not I have to go get an MRI and possibly surgery. I don't think surgery is going to be in the cards though. But definitely the MRI. I have a feeling that that's just going to be unavoidable. Which is the whole reason why I didn't want to do it, was because A, it's super expensive in this country anyway, and B, it's very annoying. I don't know, for those of you who've never had an MRI, you basically go in this big magnetic tube and you wear these earplugs and you just have to listen to really loud noises in your ears for about 15 minutes straight. You cannot move. And if any of you are claustrophobic, which I'm not, but if any of you are claustrophobic, it is probably something you're going to need to be knocked out for. Mama Victa has to get knocked out whenever she has to get an MRI. But luckily, I'm not claustrophobic, so it doesn't bother me. I actually almost fell asleep in my last MRI that I got. Which sounds stupid, but like I was relaxing, man. Yeah, we'll go black powder, why not? There's something, I guess it's just because I have the way that I sleep at night, or day, depending on what day it is. Whenever I go to sleep eventually, whatever time that is, I'm so used to having white noise in my ears because of my tinnitus that it created that similar feeling of there's lots of noise being pumped directly into my eardrums and none of it really registers as being an assault on the ears. It's almost relaxing. It just sounds like white noise after a while, and that's the reason why it's just annoying to do. Like it it's not so much the MRI itself. It's just it takes time, and I'm just sitting there doing nothing for 15 minutes, right? But it's just that's the 15 minutes of doing the MRI. That doesn't include the hour it takes to go to the office and wait in the waiting room and wait on the doctor and talk to him, and it's the usual doctor rigmarole. This is a global D Twanky, and I'm just gonna use it now because I'm not coming back to the side of the level. Would love those keys, but a golden key, the world card, death card. Actually, I'm going to take the death card because obviously we don't need the world card. We have a golden key, so the vault doesn't really matter here. If you're wondering why I did not take the PJs, is because yes, we technically weren't full HP, but at the time it was only 2 soul hearts, and to me it's not worth it. If we really, really, really needed HP, or if we take a lot of devil deals here on this floor, then I'll go back and get it. But it's not necessary for the amount of work we have to do to put in to get it. The work being doing the boss trap room. Don't want the Eternal Heart. There's no reason for it here. Even though we don't have the Polaroid, we still have the Necronomicon effect whenever we take damage from the negative. I don't want to lose that. I have a library. Might as well go check for Bookworm. My God. My God. It's right next to us. My God. Stars card. Hey, teleport meta might help us out. We get Book of Shadows. One of my favorite items, obviously. Book of Sinvicta, which I was hoping would give us a key, but it did not. So yeah, the third physical evaluation is done and in the books, and it's not been technically made official if I'm done, I guess, but I'm pretty much done with it. I was given some workouts to do at home and exercises, and the overall results were that my hips were very, very, very strong compared to what they were when I first started, which is good. My lower back, I don't know if it's actually improved at all, to be quite honest. My cardio has improved for sure, but the strength of my hips was the biggest improvement, and that was one of the areas that I really, really, really needed help in. I mean, that's what happens when you just sit down for 10, 12, 14 hours a day. It's very, very, very bad for you, and I know that. I mean, it's not like I'm doing this and be like, oh wow, what a surprise here! I didn't know that sitting down all day was bad for my body. No, there is a self-awareness factor there, but back in the old days of trying to make it in this industry, is what I had to do. It's you're sitting down, you're editing videos back when I used to put together videos, and you're playing games, you're trying to stream, make a name for yourself. It's a lot of time. And we even go back further to the World of Warcraft days, where I was spending upwards of 80 hours working on a World of Warcraft video. I mean, those World of Lauder episodes took forever. But it was worth it, though. Absolutely worth it. It's hard to believe that I used to make them. I wanted to make them weekly, and then I realized that I couldn't keep up with that schedule. I was successful in doing it once and only once. That was episodes 3 and 4 of the Word of Law in the first season. Those 2 episodes were the only episodes I was able to crank out in 1 week, and then I could not keep up with it. It was absolute hell going from, I was trying to do a South Park thing where I would get all new footage, the battlegrounds, and I would and I would just edit them down and have them released on every Sunday. But yeah, that was not sustainable. I lost my mind, and my girlfriend at the time was not very happy. It's one of those times where, it's, especially back in those days when it was nowhere near as prolific of a job as it is now, being a streamer and YouTuber, where you're trying to explain to normal people who don't play games Like, look, I know this looks bad. I know it looks like I'm just sitting here playing video games and doing nothing with my life, but I promise you this is going somewhere. And it did go somewhere eventually. Thanks to you all. We still have people back from the Word of Law days, man. I did laugh at how easily people got triggered with that Battlegrounds video that I posted on the gaming channel. I think I posted there. Because people saw how I actually play the game, how I play WoW and PvP on Lauder, and they're just so mad. Everyone's mad these days. They're just mad at just different things. They're mad at seeing games played differently. People know these days people don't need an excuse to get mad about stuff. If they don't have anything to get mad about, they just make stuff up to get mad about. It's crazy. Probably should have taken perfection. All right, stars card. Maybe. Yeah, we don't need any of these. Stars card. Send it. One time, straight to Lamb. Oh my gosh. Well, we got taken. Oh, almost straight to Lamb. Hey, you know what? Stars card. Hats off to you. Good on you, mate. As the Aussies say. Look at that. We didn't even need the mapping here. Although I probably would have gone in the wrong direction, let's be honest. Because judging from the map, it would have looked like we came from that direction, which means I would have gone that way. By that way, I mean to the west. But, wow. Yeah, Stars card hooking us up big time here. So, happy Saturday, Mosh Pit. Thank you all for all the support during Missing Note Week and also the feedback on Sacred Heart Week. I don't know if we're going to stick with it or not. Again, the response has been somewhat lukewarm. People want to see me do fun things, but not necessarily an entire week of fun things. So it might just be a one-off type deal as well. If we have to downgrade it to that, that's something I'm willing to do. But feedback always appreciated and always encouraged. Also, those of you on the Patreon, I made a huge update post to the Sinvicta randomizer. Definitely go check those out. And of course, those of you who are interested in the Twitch Mosh Pit giveaway, the last Mosh Pit giveaway of the year. I'm doing up to a $1,000 giveaway of merchandise, including Pokemon cards, Sinvicta merch, all that kind of good stuff on the Twitch channel. So go check out the Discord if you haven't already, and go look at the giveaway page. You can pick your prizes and then send them to a Twitch moderator, and they'll get your prize priority list down. So if you can't make it on Thursday night for the Christmas live stream and the giveaway, then you don't have to be there. So from me to you, thank you, everyone. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Can't wait to see what tomorrow brings us here for Sunday. And as always, I'll see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Thanks to patrons of mine like Andrew Fluid, Steve with a Lisp, LightCloud6177, and Static. If you'd like to have your name right at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Sinvicta.